Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel again. I've just got back from the car boot sale where I spent a total of £3.50 on this lot. Yep, including the unicorn. More about that later on. What should we start with today then? Let's have a look at this little Moore and Wright screw cutting gauge. I think that's what it is, screw cutting gauge. It's a model number 200. The guy, I believe he had retired from his job and he wanted 50p for this, so I thought yep, because I've been looking for something interesting like this for a few weeks now. So here we have a very nice little bit of precision kit. This one looks like it's been either stamped or engraved with all the information on it, as opposed to the later ones which I've seen online which are laser etched. It's quite nice is this one actually. This will clean up quite nicely. Stainless steel. Yeah, quite pleased with that. So I'll keep an eye out for more of this sort of stuff in the future, because I'm quite interested in this as well, since I've got my full-time, part-time job in the machine shop now at work. So next up I found this nice little lovely. They call these cycle wrenches. This one's got Abingdon written just here, and we've got a bit of a number here as well. It's in fairly good nick, just a bit grubby and oily and what have you. I've actually got a King Dick version of this little fellow here. And I picked this one up at the same car boot sale last year, also for £1. But as you can see, this one's in a much worse state. It's absolutely filthy and rusty. This is going to be a future project of mine. It's going to take some sorting out this one. I've finally scored myself not too bad a condition, a perfect handle screwdriver here. Little small one. How long is this one? 7 inches long. As you can see, it could do with a good polishing up. It's got paint on it here and there. It looks like the end of the handle's taking a bit of a beating. I think somebody's tried to use it as a chisel by the looks of things. The tip doesn't look in too bad a condition, but I think it could do with a bit of a regrind, I think. But other than that, quite nice. Quite pleased to get it. This is quite heavy as well. Also for £1, I've got this 9-inch footprint pipe grips. These poor old things have had a rough life. Someone's been beating the hell out of the end of them just here. The pivot pin is missing. The threaded hole at this side is damaged. The thread's been completely stripped out of it. What else was wrong with it? Well, it's got a bit of paint on it here and there. It's got some of the teeth are missing a little bit. There's the missing tooth right there. I think there's some damage to the teeth. Take that off. I think there's some damage to the teeth in here as well. One of the teeth is damaged in here as well. As I say, you can see it's been beaten up at the end here. Someone's used it as a chisel, I think. The screwdriver pry bar end has got some burrs on it too, so that'll need some attention as well then. And it's also got something stamped in here, but I can't quite read it. You can just about make it out there. SMO or something, so obviously it might have somebody's name on it just there. You can't really make out the footprint logo or made in England, but there is something definitely written on here. This will all show up when I've cleaned it up. Hopefully you can see there's absolutely no thread at all left in the hole here. Very little of it, not worth worrying about at all. So basically what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to re-thread the hole, and we're going to have to make a new pivot pin up so it works again. £1 paid for that, 50p for the screwdriver, £1 for the little adjustable wrench, and 50p for that. Right, let's move on to the unicorn. What's that all about? Alright then, so you're all asking, why have I spent several weeks looking for a little fluffy unicorn? And this is going to work, by the way. Hopefully it's going to work. Basically what it is, where I work in the workshop, we have a south facing window, and the sun comes streaming through, and if you're working on anything reflective it's uncomfortable. It gets quite hot in there. So for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months or longer, I've been asking the company to put some blinds up in the window for me to keep the sunlight out of it, and eventually they agreed and said yeah, okay, we can do that for you. So I said to them, can I have blinds with unicorns on please? And they said no, you can't. So I'm like, what? Anyway, so I thought, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look around, check the charity shops and boot sales and stuff, and see if I can find myself a little unicorn to stand in the window. I thought, excellent, that'll do it. If I'm not allowed unicorns on the blinds, I'm going to have a unicorn stood on the window. So I was perusing the car boot sale today, looking for all my tools and what have you, and there was a lady with her little daughter on there, and she had loads of toys, including with this little unicorn. So I thought, oh, how much is this, please? Oh, that'll be 50p, sir. So I explained to her what it was all about, and you can see it's quite a nice little unicorn actually. Anyway, when I got it home, I happened to notice it's got Stife. It's a Stife, handmade by Stife unicorn, namely Starly the unicorn. So unfortunately now, Mrs. Rathbone seems to think this might be worth some money, so she doesn't want me to take it into work just in case it gets stolen. So I don't know what I'm going to do about it now. Might still be on a unicorn hunt. I'll be willing to bet that it ends up on the end of the bed with all her other fluffy toys. Little Starly here does actually have some pink paint on his leg here, so that might reduce the value a little bit, unless we can get it off, of course, which is what Mrs. Rathbone's thinking about, getting the paint off of it and see if it's worth anything. But I don't know. I think they retail for about it's about £30 or something like that. Anyway, so what I've seen so far, you'll have to. Mrs. Rathbone's just cutting the lawn, by the way. I don't know if you can hear that. Yes, so it's looking very much like I might very well be still on a unicorn hunt then, because Mrs. Rathbone doesn't really want me to take this one into work. Ugh. Alrighty then, guys, so that's today's car boot sale tool and unicorn haul. Although as I say, I might not be able to take this one into work now, which is a shame. There we go. Keep an eye out for another one now. You know what these things are like, far and few between. They're like rocking horse poo. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this little look at these old tools here. I say I can't wait to do this one here, because it's going to need a new pin and a good thorough cleaning up and everything. So yeah, hope you enjoyed today's look at my tool haul and my unicorn haul, of course. And I hope you'll pop back by another day for another look at some more tools. Alright then, guys, I'll catch you laters.